As we've covered earlier, there are actually 4 admissions decisions you can receive from college: admit, deny, deferral, and waitlist. The waitlist result deserves a bit of special attention, so let's discuss it briefly. A waitlist is a device that some colleges use as a sort of backup list. If not enough people say yes to their offer of admission and they'd like a few more students in the class, they can go to this waitlist and start offering admission to the students on it. For example, let's say Boston University wants 2,000 students in the incoming class, but by the reply deadline, only 1,900 have formally accepted their offer of admission. BU could then go to their waitlist and start offering admission to those students until 100 say yes and they fill their class. If a particular school receives enough yes replies to their offers of admission, they probably won't use their waitlist that year. Here's an important note. There's no reason to pursue a waitlist if you've already been admitted to one or more schools that you would choose over the waitlist school. In that case, you would simply reply no to the waitlist offer and formally accept admission at the school of your choosing. If you find yourself offered a spot on a waitlist and you want to pursue it, you should do 2 things right away. First, reply to their offer and say, yes, I want a spot on the waitlist. Second, of the schools that admitted you, formally accept admission to your favorite one by replying yes and sending in the required deposit by the end of April. Remember, waitlists are a long shot and there are no guarantees. You'll be happy to know that coming off a waitlist is not entirely in the hands of chance. There are a few ways to maximize your chances. First, the entire purpose of a waitlist is to fill gaps in the incoming class. This means waitlists are fundamentally about yield. Colleges want to offer spots in the class to those that are most likely to attend, so demonstrated interest becomes important here. Therefore, if you have a clear first choice, let the school know unequivocally that this is the case and that you will attend if admitted. If a college decides to use their waitlist, their highest priority is to offer spots to those they feel are most likely to attend. So you must let them know how likely you are to attend, and make the strongest true statement that you can to this effect. At that late point in the cycle, their mindset is that they simply want to get their class filled as quickly as possible and close the books on it. So you can see how that psychology would make them most interested in waitlist candidates who seem very likely to matriculate. If you have the time and resources, one way to demonstrate interest is visiting the campus again. If you're not able to do this, don't stress out about it. The vast majority of admitted students each year never visit the colleges they were admitted to. Another way to demonstrate interest is to simply write an email to the admissions officer in your area. They were very likely the first and primary reader on your application. If a school goes to their waitlist, the dean or director may ask each admissions officer to identify a group of files from their regions that they think are good applicants and that they deem most likely to attend if admitted. If you followed the earlier advice about relationship building, this part should be easy. If you can't honestly promise to attend if admitted, then certainly don't say that. Instead, you want to make the strongest true statement you can about your interest. For example, Clark remains of the highest interest to me, or Rice is still among my very top choices. Whether you tell them you'll absolutely attend if admitted, or that your interest remains very high, you should briefly tell them why their school is the first choice or is of high interest. The more specific and in-depth you can be about this, the better, but do hold it down to a couple of sentences or at most a short paragraph. In addition to demonstrated interest, a second thing you can do to help your chances of coming off a waitlist is to update each school on anything new since you submitted your application. If there's nothing new, that's fine. But at the very least, you should give them your spring midterm grades, as long as they're similar to your fall grades. If you'll recall our conversations about relationship building, you can see this as another good point of contact that furthers how well known you are to that admissions officer and contributes to their perceptions of demonstrated interest. And thirdly, you can get an additional letter of recommendation. This can be from a counselor, teacher, or activity leader, such as a music instructor, head of a volunteer organization you've worked with, and so forth. Ideally, this letter should add something new to the application. If you're not able to find someone that can do this, that's fine too. This part isn't crucial, but it can help if it happens to be available. Other than these 3 things, you just have to sit and wait to see if the school needs their waitlist that year, and if so, whether they offer admission to you. One final note, if you're offered a spot off the waitlist, you are not obligated to take it. You should ultimately choose the school that fits you best, where you'll be happiest and most successful.